2, 1.
Greetings, everybody!
And welcome on board. This is Vibe Nation Incorporated, where diversity meets awesomeness. I'm Balázs Tarnóczi.
I am Joe, Yoshka, Josie
From
Uganda, Debrecen, Hungary, UK. I'm a person of the world.
They call you Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide Incorporated.
So now we sat down to discuss the coolest news from all around the world, including tech, healthcare, education, and social networking.
Yeah, amazing, and that's the reason why this show is brought to you by the man himself. So I'm really happy to be here, man. Really happy, it's a pleasure. So today, I'm going to just jump straight into it. I think like people always want to get the creme de la creme in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So we give it to them when they've started.
FA Conference was this year's event where Facebook introduced the new features. Let's dive into it. What features do Facebook releases this year?
Alright, so, many have been talking about Tinder, right? So
yeah.
We got tired of Tinder. Like, those who know what I'm talking about, Tinder, match, cancel, nope. So what they decided to do is bring in this idea saying that they're going to start up Face Date. Face Date meaning that only your circles of people, or like if you have your friends, let's say your current profile, no posts related to Face Date shall be on your profile, which is cool.
Yeah.
So only those who are not connected within your profile, those who are not your actual friends, are given the privilege to match with you. So this is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. And I think talking about the other thing is Facebook messed up recently.
We all know about the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and after a funny and tragic trial at the same time, Zuckerberg decided to let people delete Facebook profiles history.
Finally. So that means that you only you have the ability to watch the amount of content you can, not content, but more especially your details, how much detail you can share with any of the apps. Okay. So I know that most times you find like you enter your birth name, your email, your father's name, your mother's name, your children to come's name. So you can clear out what you don't want and stay with what you want.
Yeah.
Really awesome, right? Right now we're moving into that age where, communication has become the most important, factor that unites all of us, right? So what Facebook decided to do is like, why don't we just incorporate a translator in Messenger? This
Chrome,
is brilliant.
Chrome has it, Google has it, everyone has it. Only Facebook didn't have it. Now they are also getting into the line, finally. I think technically this is a big advancement, because if somebody sent me a message in another language, automatically the application detects what language that is and tries to translate it so I can understand what has been sent. And I think this is cool. Let's see how accurate will it be.
The watch party. I don't know if people have heard about the watch party. So, alright, so if Facebook has taken the advantage of jumping in and saying, let's give people, or let's give group admins the ability to create these kind of shows within the groups and have people sign up to join the watch party. It's going to be more like where you have, not a subscription, but it's a place where you find content that you like to watch, so you can freely watch it within a certain group.
Yeah.
Is that cool? You think that's cool?
At one point it's free. It gives you the freedom to choose the content you want to share with your community. But for those content creators who are starting from the very beginning, it will be much harder to get their audience.
Oh yeah, definitely. Create a community right now so you can optimize your content to fit what they want. So by the time they release Watch Party, people are going to be doing Facebook and chills.
Just do it!
Just do it!
And they also introduced the $200 cost Oculus Go and the $250 cost Oculus Go Pro version with 64 gigabytes of memory. That is huge.
64?
64, yeah.
Gigabytes.
So just for $250, you have the ability to buy a fully working, completely operating VR headset that allows you to watch any VR content, but it has some limitations, like it doesn't have this movement tracking system. You have to spend a bit more on it, around $1,000. If you want to enter the VR platforms, that is the best occasion. Also, NBC got contracted with Google for making VR-centered TV shows.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if Facebook can come up with like a plan of creating much cheaper ones for like the third world countries, give people an experience.
So if we're talking about VR, we have to mention that Disney allied with MIT to make a force jacket. That is a pneumatically actuated jacket that allows you to feel everything that you feel in VR, kind of like in the Ready Player One or like the Tesla suit that I introduced in my previous show. Also,
but this is through the VR.
This is through
inside the VR.
Inside the VR. So you take the headset on, you take the jacket on, and I don't know, you start running an experience where a snake is turning around your body, and it starts grabbing you, and you feel everything.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's very cool.
This is really, really cool.
So the other high end is the way that Apple deals with the VR. They just announced that for 2020 they will release a 16K VR headset. Imagine that. 8K in front of your
16K.
eyes. The human brain itself is capable for receiving 2K. We haven't
reached that level of 16.
Yeah. Our eyes aren't even capable to see what's going on in 4K, and we are using 4K. And now 16?
Now 16.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, definitely it is. It's a lot.
Maybe we should be cyborgs to receive that amount of graphics.
Yeah.
We would need robotic eyes or AI implants in our eyes.
When it comes to MIT is frequently having a lot of brilliant engineers. Sometimes I feel like we're living in two different worlds, because some people think much deeper than I do. I don't know how far my brain can go, but people are brilliant. And when I talk of brilliance, this guy's name is hard to read, so I'm just going to read his name out because I had to write it down. It was so hard. He's called Udayan Umapathi. So Udayan Umapathi believes that there is an ability to use commands or program software to control droplets of water. So if you have a droplet on a plate, you can give it commands to do certain things. For example,
merge.
You can merge all the droplets into one form just by initiating commands. And I was like, okay, this is so cool. But if you ask questions about how is this going to be useful in regular life?
Easy.
So in terms of physics, when it comes to bending light, refraction. So a command.
Joe's way of thinking, what my first thought was, okay, we can collect the water droplets in the desert when there's only one time raining during the year, and collect that water to save lives. He wants to bend light. Okay.
Bend light. Yeah. Another thing that he mentions could be this could be very useful is for collecting tiny material. Very tiny material that we humans cannot just collect by picking, or let's say using certain kind of
like
material.
My points at the final exam.
That's a good one. Your points at the final. It's so tiny. It's so
tiny.
So electrowetting is known as the process of controlling dielectric materials like water with electric fields. It never makes sense.
But there's a thing that we actually know what it's used for. An intelligent assistant for blind people that you can attach to your car's rear window. You just push a button on it, it takes a picture of the field that you see, and it has 255 vibrances that projects on the window.
Wow.
And as you touch it, you actually feel the view. As the name of it, feel the view.
Field of view.
Field of view. Feel the view.
Field of view. Feel the view.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it also has a voice assistant that's saying if you're touching a snowy mountain, it's saying you're touching a snowy mountain.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, very useful. So that was all for today. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe,
To like,
and to share the video, and
share your comments down. We shall pick up your comments, and I think that's a very good place to start with.
Yeah.
In the next video, just to make some highlights of what people may be asking questions of.
yeah. So goodbye, guys, and remember, your leisure
Is my pleasure.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's the way it goes.
Bye.
Bye bye.